Hello everyone, this is the first episode of Design Retrospectives, and the first product that came into my mind for this series of retros was a phone, or in general a personal computing mobile device. Now it is a very wide term which can include all the devices that have some kind of computing capabilities and can work on the go. But in this video we would just like to focus on mobile phone devices. But we have to understand a bit of background and some basic technologies before diving deep into the design aspect of the computing devices. In the fast-paced world of today, personal computing devices have become an indispensable part of our lives. The journey begins in the 1970s, a time when computers were massive machines confined to research labs, and then came the Altair 8800 or Altair 8800, a kit computer that sparked the imagination of hobbyists. But as you can see, it's not for mass users. So the design was very basic with some input switches and some feedback lights in the front. But the glass walls of the box still gave a nice peek into the internals. Shortly after, the Apple I made its debut, laying the foundation for the personal computing revolution. There is a nice story behind the first Apple I delivery. It was delivered to Paul Terrell, who had a computer shop in California. When Jobs and Wozniak showcased him the first Apple I, he really liked it and ordered 50 of Apple I, priced at $500 each. Then Jobs went to a PCB manufacturer to get all the boards and showed them purchase order instead of paying them the money. Then they lent him a PCBs for a 30 days payment time. And then Jobs and Wozniak worked day and night to assemble the Apple I and deliver it to Terrell. He was expecting some nice computers in some nice shiny cases, but was very shocked to see just some PCBs assembled together. But he kept his word and then paid them the price, and that's how the first Apple I was sold and delivered. The 1980s witnessed a monumental shift with the introduction of graphical user interface. In layman's term, to perform any action like touching or clicking the button is called an interaction based on graphics. Before this, every action that you want to perform need to be input as a code or as a text, which was not very user-friendly, specifically for the end user. Xerox Alto showcased the potential of on-screen icons and windows. So photocopy machine that you see today had a huge importance in making way for the way we use all our phones and computers today. Xerox inspired the development of Apple Lisa and the game-changing Macintosh, which brought GUI to the masses, and computers were not restricted to researchers or programmers anymore. As the 1990s dawned, the computing became mobile. There were two main personal communicators that were launched at that time. The first one was IBM's Simon personal communication device, which could be termed as the first smartphone, followed by the Palm Pilot, a pocket-sized organizer that revolutionized the personal organization. IBM Simon was characterized as a PDA, or a personal digital assistant, with communication capabilities via a cellular connection. IBM wanted to design a computer that could fit in your shirt's pocket, and this was the result of vision, so they were focusing a lot on making it a nice user experience. The project started with the name Sweet Spot, and the first prototype had a folding design like Motorola with a folded keypad and a touchscreen. There was some partnership and tech exchange between Motorola and IBM about the cellular and radio technologies, but eventually IBM made a deal with Mitsubishi Electric to be the manufacturing partner for this product. It was marketed under the slogan "Mobile Communication Made Simple," which was derived from a children's game, Simon Says. It came with multiple applications like it has an address book, email support, a calculator, a calendar, a fax, a notepad, a world clock, sketchpad, a paging card, and a lot of things. It also had a stylus that could be used to write or draw on the screens, and believe it or not, it had the feature of predictive keyboard at that time. It got my attention when I saw it first in the TV series For All Mankind. It was followed by Palm Pilot by the company Palm Inc. It was also designed as a personal digital assistant or PDA The inventor Jeff Hawkins wanted to validate his ideas and assumption about the possible use case of this device. So he made a wooden prototype in 1:1 scale with a wooden stylus, and then he used paper to prototype different UI screens. You can say that it was like how we use Figma today. He used it as his daily driver. For example, if someone asked for a meeting, he would just pull out the wooden block and then tap to check his availability and scheduling meeting. Then he tested it with more people with a working prototype and a real device housing. Palm Pilot laid a foundation of modern smartphones form factor, but it turned out to be a market failure as it was considered too big. So then Jeff Hawkins decided to make it even smaller so that it can fit into his shirt's pocket, but he could not make it a star in the market. Palm Pilot deserves a video of its own, but some other day. The internet ushered into a new era of connectivity. Netscape Navigator opened the doors to the World Wide Web, or WWW, while devices like Nokia 9000 Communicator brought internet access to the palm of your hand. If you don't know or don't remember that this was Nokia 9000 Communicator, it was a design beast both in terms of technology as well as industrial design. It rolled out with all of the features of a computer into a smartphone like email, text, GUI-based web, browsing, fax, word processing, and even spreadsheets. And all these features added bulk to the form of this device. It had a front interface with a small screen and a number pad, which then fold open into a large horizontal touch screen and a full-size QWERTY keyboard and a bunch of function buttons. But it was considered very pricey at that time, and users found it very bulky and complex. Then we had multiple generation of Communicator series phone, and Nokia A90 released in 2007 was the last player on the ground. Sometimes I think that it's a great design choice to provide with a physical keyboard for input in any mobile computing device, but this was replaced by our fingers in 2007 by the launch of the first iPhone. In the 21st century, the device converged, blurring the lines between the computing communication and entertainment. The iPod changed the way we listen to the music, while the iPhone redefined what a smartphone or what a phone could do. And with the iPad, computing went mobile once again. So iPod started to reduce the number of interaction points, like instead of a numpad or a full keyboard, just use the buttons which are necessary, like a play and pause button, a next track or last track button, volume up and key down, etc. And then with the iPhone, interaction with physical button was replaced with touch feedback or haptic feedback or visual feedback. Now Apple has changed from an industrial design company to a tech giant, but I miss the days when keynote used to be about how Apple devices will change the way we'll use a product or perform any actions like listening to a music differently, carry phones in our pockets differently, take pictures differently, make drawings differently. Now it's all about just the graphs and percentage increase in the processing power, which is not all that bad, but it's not that exciting anymore. But it is mostly due to the increasing influence of software products and intelligence that comes with it in the hardware, which brings more revenue to them. After we got bored of computers in our palms and our pockets, we started wearing them. Wearable technology and the IoT took center stage with devices like Fitbit tracking our fitness, Google Glasses offering a glimpse of augmented reality, and the Apple Watch becoming our personal assistant on our wrist. I think that the wearable technologies are not celebrated as much as smartphones or internet were celebrated, maybe because people have become less responsive to dopamine and new product and technology launches don't excite them anymore. As we look to the future, the possibilities are endless. Augmented reality will transform how we interact with the world, and artificial intelligence will make our device smarter than ever. Implant computers will give us enormous capabilities, and quantum computing will unlock new realms of possibility. So from the humble beginnings to the brink of a new technological revolution, the evolution of personal computing devices is a testament to human ingenuity and innovation. And as we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible and what's not, one thing is certain: the future of personal computing device is bright. Thanks for joining in today. For more such content, please consider subscribing. Thank you.